Hi and welcome to your reading. This is a timeless reading for anyone interested in having this type of tarot service. This is a self-transformation tarot reading. For price inquiry and or appointment, please contact me only via my email address found in the description box below. Payments must be made prior executing any healing services for an individual. With that being said, please bear in mind that masculine and feminine energies may show up in a reading. Whether you're a female-bodied or masculine-bodied, you may find that feminine or masculine energies may apply to you and your journey. Energies may also be applicable to your past, present, or future timelines. It's mostly really important with any reading to use your judgment and your discernment as best as you know how, and to take the messages that do resonate with you, for this is considered a general reading for the public and not a personal one for you. So, self-transformation. The details of self-insight and growth. Details of self-insight and growth. Self-transformation. How can we utilize the messages from cards and just a theory based on reading cards on that practicality? How could it be of assistance on the journey of self-transformation? I think that's where not only the taboo world exists about tarot and what all the paradigms it covers and what it includes and what it pertains and what it has to itself, but also the journey of unfolding into something. Sorry, I had to do a big pause there and listen to these downloads there for a second. So now that it completely threw me off on that little tangent there of the previous message, self-transformation is a journey of unfolding. And how can we use tarot to use the depictions on said cards to help us unfold in that taboo that the world offers, that it thinks it has to itself when you're the outsider looking in, or even if you remember being the outsider looking at tarot at one point and then surrendering yourself into something to now be beyond that boundary of the one where you thought you once stood. And just seeing your own evolution of time and your own maturity, your own understanding and growth is all part of self-transformation. And I'm reading this energy without cards, mind you. Energy is as fickle as it is hard. It is not an easy thing to decipher, although it's very easy to understand. It is something biased and unbiased all at the same time. It comes from a source, but not a singular source at the same time. There is so much to go to unfold in an existence, whatever it is that you believe it to be, or whatever you think it to be of, or whatever it is, whatever brings you here to listen to this. You don't have to. It's a choice. And that is ultimately the path of freedom. It's choices. The path of sovereignty is to understand that those choices can be manifested to work in your favor by you, and ultimately by you only. And that is how to find the details of self-insight and also to grow upon them. To look at the things that grow independent from you, to learn what it means to depend on it, to then find independency on your own, realize who is dependent on you in the moment that you've reached your independency, and live in that infinitum of forever through choices. Integrity, dignity, character, ego, shadows, ancestors, spirit guides, archangels, angels, loved one families, the mundane things in life, the exciting things in life. Self-transformation is being able to listen, to feel, to hear, to sense, to be, to become, to transform, to think, to inquire. To feel pain and thus its growth of healing. To know and to share. To know nothing and to know nothing at all, and to feel everything while know nothing at all. And I meant to know nothing and everything at all, and to know nothing, and to know that you know of nothing. All right, so we're going to go a little further into some oracle cards. I believe this is the one. Okay, so bear with me one moment while I figure out how many cards I'm waiting for. I'm waiting up for 3. Okay, which ones to take? I'm not taking the one that hit on the floor. Not for it hitting on the floor, I'm just not taking it. I'm taking this one. Yes. All right, one more. All right, so let's see if you can see any of this. All right, you can. We have Knight, be brave and honest. We have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. We have Drum, dream and journey. Self-transformation. The Knight shows up as you being the one to want to show up for self-transformation. I mean, you're sitting here listening to this somehow in some way. What you do with the information is not my responsibility. What you become from the energy is my honor. But also, like I first said, not my responsibility. The honor doesn't necessarily mean I only credit that of which is good. I also honor of that which is bad. As long as that of which it deems itself to be bad or is considered to be of bad is of the sentiment of a sacrifice that doesn't take from other, but actually refines who you are. Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace, is hard to understand in the moment of chaos. It is very difficult to understand who one is in a moment of chaos and to show up out of the way of chaos so that way you don't get hurt. Dream and journey, drum. To understand that the heartbeat isn't the only thing that keeps you alive, isn't the only thing that keeps your senses going. It's the breath attached to it as well. Okay, we're going to move these aside. Let's see where she would like me to go. All right, I'm going to go in this row. these aside for a second. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs. I love how the light illuminates. Ace of Discs, we have the Three of Swords. And we have the Devil. Self-transformation. Some of you are like, ah, hell no, the devil showed up. Click, bye. C'est la vie. Oh, wait, you didn't hear that message if you actually left. But c'est la vie if you did hear the message, because then you understand that it does require to be triggered in some way or another. It does take hearing messages that you may or may not agree with. Thus, the devil is here. The devil is there to show up to confuse, to make you question what is good and what is bad. I think I brought that up earlier, no? The Three of Swords is saying, are you trusting your intuition? Are you trusting that of which brings chaos to your mind and asking you to filter it out to bring good? Or are you bringing bad? The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Discs is suggesting you are desiring, you want, at least your ego talks in that way, that you want good. But there's some chaos around that doesn't offer any kind of balance to what it makes to anything. Not anything, but something. There's something imbalanced in your life. And one, it's very telling because you're here still listening to the message and hopefully remaining to the end. And in that, you're growing. We're exchanging the energy sector from one space of another, whether you know me personally or not. Now you've heard. Now you've heard some of my energy. You get to intermingle with my energy to figure out, with your own discernment, with your own resonancy, with your own makeup of being, what opinion you have, not only of me, but of yourself. It's all self-transformation. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles as well. The Two of Wands is saying you are using your intuition. The Hermit is definitely saying you're learning how to grow into your intuition. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Discs is saying, you know what? Like I said, I want to show up. The Hermit energy is of the universe is going to test you on those limits of the boundaries created by not only yourself and your ego of wanting, but the ego of desire and greed. And in that, some of you are pulled into paradigms of what is considered darkness, I would assume. And be capitulated to understand all of that which the darkness wants to teach you. But remember one thing about the Hermit energy. Hermit energy thrives in darkness. Thrives in darkness. So like I said, someone is showing up to saying, yeah, I'm intuitive. I want to make changes. The universe is also granting you these changes, but it's asking you about the wisdom through your own isolation that maybe you're in right now, or you came out of, or you want to be in, need to be in, I don't know, wherever you are in this trajectory of this unfolding of energy. The universe is saying, well, do you have what it takes? The Hermit here is overshadowing the Devil energy. That's why it's this. Lucifer is coming out to play here. All right, Lucifer is rubbing his hands and wondering, hey, are you going to show up to the music of life and be the DJ and let it spin? Are you going to have some say-so on the playlist of the music that runs on the speakers? Or are you just here to party? Who's the leader, you or someone else? Ego check. Ego check heavy. All right, it's a slow evolving pace for the majority. but a fast pace with intuition because of the Two of Wands saying it's on fire. All right, we have the Moon. I said slow energy here. I said it's in a way of trying to highlight it's a secret. It's an ego check here. It's the ego check. There are things that the Moon forces the energies to be kept in secret because one side of the Moon is illuminated. For us, we understand the beautification of the Moon at nighttime, and during the daytime, for some reason, it's invisible. For some reason, the brightness of the sun can't seem to glow bright enough to make all sides of the Moon seem fit. It's like a secrecy around the Moon, right? So there's a secrecy around your evolution of and building your intuition, whether it's needing to pull back into reality of things, or needing to step into the reality of things. The decision is ultimately yours, but obviously the divine cards here say that divine's watching. And divine watching isn't a sign of the devil. It's literally divine cards, major arcanas, if you're understanding about the 78 cards that are in a traditional tarot deck. We have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas here. King of Wands. Who art thou? King of Wands says, I know who I am. I dare you to test me. Look at that. The King of Wands here is showing up above the energy of the Hermit and the Devil. Major arcana cards. Like I said, it's up to you to show up into your own journey. Whether with someone or with yourself. But with yourself isn't necessarily the truth, because if you were of self, then you wouldn't be listening to the entirety of this reading so far. King of Wands is still missing something. All right, we're going to stagger this reading with some cards of the Oracle deck. I'm waiting for 3 cards. Wow, am I taking this one? Taking this one? Any of these? I'm assuming none of those. All right, we have Commune with Nature, Blue Damselfly. We have Everything is Connected, Zigzag Spirit. Wow, spirit, huh? Zigzag Spider. I just got totally exhausted because Spirit was talking heavy in the background, and I'm over here just like, yeah, Spirit. But it's Spider that I'm always supposed to be reading right now at the second. But let me tell you, it's rough. It's rough out here, right? It's rough to understand everything is connected. And to be so sensitive as the spider that you are in the creation of your own webbing, and to know immediately when something is on your radar. And to act immediately, and sometimes know exactly what to do in those moments, and sometimes fail, right? We have Make Manifest, Beaver energy. So the beaver wants to create, wants to have a foundation. Not only is it right after the spider, who also has its own foundation, but the spider is a little bit more independent compared to not only the portrayal here of the picture here, but also just, you know, the beaver is a bit more community-based, is more family-oriented, and it's more collaborative with other rather than a spider. A spider is more and more spends more time in solitary, and its abundance comes in its secretion. You know, it's a really strange thing to understand when we're all interconnected species. All right, we're going to stagger this a bit more with another round of tarot in regards to the self-transformation, getting some details of self-insights, and growing, aka growth. Wow, we have the sun energy. Let's bring it home, huh? Let's bring it home to where it counts, is also the feeling that you may have. Home is where the heart is. Home is where you walk. Home is where you feel secure. As the Queen of Pentacles jumps out, Queen of Pentacles is saying, yeah, I'm in solitude and I like it. It's very luscious around her. It's abundant, even if it doesn't seem that way, even if the environment doesn't immediately look that way. Your energy that you have for yourself is completely acknowledged by the universe for being very abundant and bright. Hence why I can also read it from a gazillion miles away, should you be a gazillion miles away from wherever I am, to have read this reading. All right? No matter what, the gazillion miles away have come and gone already, because now it's just a telepathic communication nonetheless, to the point of listening out to a timeless message. Self-transformation is an interconnected journey. We have the King of Wands. Wow. So where the limits were tested and the boundaries and the egos tested of the Two of Wands, whether or not you have the fire, right? Yeah. The fire. In the beginning of the reading, the King of Wands shows up as like, yeah, what's up? I'm here. Enough said. You're here. You are here. There's not much else to be said with that energy. Self-transformation is like a waiting game, huh? But hopefully we're waiting on good opportunities, and by good, we're not talking about the cliche good. I'm generalizing a high vibrational vibration that we always ought to have returned back to us. And nothing get in its way for it to return back to us in the moment that it ripples effect out. Its ripples effect out. All right, we're landing here, wow, with the Six of Wands in top of the deck. I'm not taking it, however, it is there for us to peek at it. All right, I'm told to wait on it for a moment before I integrate it into the reading. We have the Six of Cups energy here, as well as the Three of Cups energy, followed by, look at that, the Star. Mwah, mwah, mwah. This is beautiful energy, whether you want to understand it or not, whether you get to understand it or not, I do not care. No insults to your feelings, especially if the feelings are negative. I see it because of the constant flushing, the constant journey going in and out and in and out and up and down and round in circles in life, and feeling that you're not going anywhere, but you're knowing you're so far ahead than where you've ever been. And the Star says that. All right, there's really not much to say to this beautiful ending, because I feel that at the end of it, you feel it in the energy shift of this reading. The Six of Cups wants to bring home and reconcile with something former of the past and bring it into recollection of now, of the present moment, and make sense of it by coming to a compromise, which thus comes with a resolution. The Three of Cups is the resolution, whether it's a resolution for yourself, of stepping out of your bounds of ego and stepping into vulnerability a little bit more and learning compassionate ways to your contrasting jigsaw of where your justice skill is imbalanced, now is trying to sway in a seesaw of emotion to kind of get your feather and your heart to kind of align in the same way, whether it's collaboratively or on your own. And the Star is saying you're taking your whole being, your whole essence, or really taking the self-transformation seriously. I mean, you really couldn't really ask more for as a reader and doing this type of reading and wanting you to see what this reading has to offer. I couldn't ask for more. Really honestly couldn't. And I hope that I at least get to mention it and you feel the truth and the honesty of that. Anyway, I hope that this reading offered some insight. Please feel free to reach out to me if you feel deemed and called to do so. With that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in this ether of time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care. Bye.